All right, I'll show you what I have so far. Got a nice bright sunny day here today. These are my sides. I had originally wanted to cut these at 25, which I did. I hope you can see that layout line. I just barely missed it. And then this taper was 15 degrees, but I ended up cutting it at 13 because I wanted to maintain that angle. So I have a center line here on my first piece. I didn't bother to lay out the second one. I just made duplicate cuts. I lined that up with my center line on my piece here, the bottom. And then I've scribe line here and here. And lines out here at the edge. And what I need to do is create a flat spot for that for this piece to sit into, because I've got these sides tapered. So I'll run it over to my table saw and just make a series of cuts until I get the depth I want. I went a little deep. I actually didn't want to go that deep, but I did. So I'll just hit this with a shoulder plane, clean it up, get it, take that rough cut off of there. That should be good enough. Well, the glass fits. It's a little snug, but that's fine. I like it that way. And it's going to be a little too wide, because I'm going to put this screen mesh in here to, which side is the straight side? This side. This is where the thinking comes in. I want to build this up back here in the center so that it keeps it off the wood and lets air flow underneath there. Made a divider, actually made two of them. Just put a 25-degree bevel on a piece and then ripped it down the center. So I got a spare, I guess, but that's just going to sit in here like this, and then that screen mesh will come over like so to the bottom. I think what I'll do is just cut a couple saw curves here and press fit that in there. With some cord. Should work. Alright, I've made the kerfs on the bottom, and for now I'm just using 14 gauge wire to hold that in there. I've got plenty of screen to play around with, so I'm gonna try this for now. I'll stop at the hardware store and pick up some of that rubber cord. I think that'll be better, and it'll fit tighter as well. But to give you an idea what I'm doing here, this works out. So the next thing is to install this. Oh, and incidentally, I don't have to cut my glass. I think that's enough relief there that it'll be okay. How do you glue something at 50 degrees? 3 dominoes, one here, one in the middle, and one off the end. Then you put it together. You could hold it together with hand pressure. I could see that I could get it, manipulated correctly if I just put hand pressure. So I know that when I did that, the joint closed up properly, whatever, blah blah blah. So if I put pressure on it this way, this joint on top would open. If I put down pressure, the bottom would open. So I started with the bottom close it up by pulling it tight this way, and then put down pressure, and then, you know, back and forth until you equalize. When you close it, you see on the end that you're closed up flush on both ends. Well, I was going to use sanding, rolled up screen in this opening to keep the seed in and let the water drain, but I decided that I'd just use these sanding pads. I got a couple of used ones, or fairly used. All I'm doing is fold it in half, and the new one, or the old ones, are not as thick, but that's what I'm doing right now. Just taking this, I think these are Mirka. Yeah, Mirka makes these. 3M makes them, whatever. You've seen those mesh pads. And all I'm doing is stuffing it in here till I get to the top. And I'll give you a little better view of this in a second here. Okay. So now, let me see, I can open that up. You can see the barrier formed here, so the seed won't fall out, but the moisture will run through that pad. And I think that'll work out pretty slick. At least that's my theory. So we'll find out. Just to give you a quick 360 view maybe. So this is the regular house fiberglass screen mesh tucked into the bottom with the cord. I bought some cord, and this is an 1/8 inch groove, and I didn't realize this or know this. There are 6 diameters of this cord, and this is 140, and the smallest one being 120. So I was contemplating getting 120 because, you know, you'd only have 5/1000 inch gap there, but 140 gives you a nice compressed fit and pulls the screen in as you tuck it in there. So if I ever need to pull it out, all I need to do is grab these 2 ends and pull down, and I'll be able to replace it. So then my riser strip in the middle. I hope you can see that. That's got the screen elevated. I got a 1/2 inch gap between the bottom, the wood, and the top of the plexi here, but I'm not sure what that gap is. Maybe 3/8 of an inch. Once the seed gets in there, I'm sure that this will get pushed down a little bit. I'm not worried about that. I think that that'll be fine. Other than that, pretty straightforward stuff. I do see that I need to tighten this screw up a little bit. This is still up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so this is the side to fill it. I think I can take this out of the clamps now too, my cap piece here. Let's see how that turned out. Now this only goes one way. Oh, that's not the way. There it is. Nice fit. Now I'm going to burnish this edge a little bit, and the other thing I'm going to do just run a little bead of glue along this edge just to make sure that it won't leak. It looks pretty good. Maybe I don't have to. Pretty gap free it looks like. That should be good. All I'm doing here with this cap is keeping water from getting in through this top here and protecting these hinges somewhat from the weather, along with these two screws that are holding the roof to the body of the feeder. I'm still wondering whether I should make a perch here. I think I'm going to see how it goes without. Like I said, I had it on my other one, and a lot of times the birds are just landing on the plexiglass itself. So, time to put her back into play and get some seed. I know we're out of seed. That's it. This will just be one of these projects that'll have to take some time to see how it fares and how it holds up. Thanks for watching.